Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel has always been to help you actually make money in crypto. Hopefully life-changing gains. I'm extremely bullish, but unfortunately, over 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money. And I truly want to change that. And it's information and alpha like this that really help people make informed decisions and hopefully get you in that group of people that are really successful. Now, I want to make something very, very clear. Guys, I don't wake up in the morning looking to find something to blow smoke up your rear end. I really don't. I just wake up in the morning, I do my research for me, and when I uncover uncomfortable truths, I share it with my community if I think it's going to help someone. And in this video, we're going to talk about KADENA, who just called it quits. And imagine if you own that project, you had no heads up, no nothing, and you just lost your entire bag. So I dove into KADENA, and we're going to talk about what happened to that project. Why did it go belly up? And are there more projects to come? Well, that to me is a guarantee. And I believe about 99% of all these projects are going to disappear. Now, I don't think there's going to be a lot of projects disappear in the remainder of this cycle. But it's going to be a long time till we have another altcoin season after this one. And some people say we're not even going to have this one. But guys, this is the alpha you need to hear. And so we're going to dive into it. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm actually excited because I love to short, and about 75% of my trading is shorting, and we're doing well in the bull market. So wait until the bear market gets here. I'm really excited. And if you want to learn about shorting or talk more about it, we'll talk at the end of the video. All right, let's dive into it. Now, guys, you may not remember, but about a year and a half ago, Forbes actually came up with a list of 20 projects that no one seemed to want to talk about that they thought were zombie companies because they don't make any money to feed the ecosystem. Now, if you want to learn more, I highly recommend Google that. But I'm going to run through what Forbes said, and who that was. They said XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Internet Computer, Ethereum Classic, Stellar, Stacks, Caspa, which I was shocked, THETA, Phantom, Monero, Arweave, Algorand, Flow, Multiverse, or Multivex, whatever that is, Bitcoin SV, Mina, Tezos, and EOS. Now, EOS is getting close, I believe. Now, if you want to know why they said that, it's in the article. I'm not really going to dive into it. But I did go through that list of the 20 projects, and only one has made a new all-time high in this cycle, and it was Stacks. And Stacks is fully diluted, made a new all-time high in its second bull run, which, guys, 90% of all altcoins never hit a new all-time high in their second bull run. So here's some alpha for you. If you want to play the probabilities of making life-changing gains, it's going to come from new projects that have never experienced a bull run in the hot sectors, for whatever that's worth. All right, guys, you know, I did a deep dive on KADENA years ago. It's a heck of a project. But, guys, it looks like a rug pull. But you know what happened right here? They made life-changing gains. The early investors, the foundation, the people that kick-started this thing, they made life-changing money. So it doesn't matter. No one cares about you because they always do well. Well, what happened? Well, guys, it's like I always said, if a project doesn't make money, to feed its ecosystem, and it's relying on a foundation or a company to pay people to build in their ecosystem, it doesn't have a future as a good investment. It may stick around and do okay. It may stick around and change the world because of its utility and people are using it. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a good investment. But guys, roughly, this is how they were dumping the tokens. Roughly in 4 years, guys, they dumped about 100 million tokens a year. And that's not even that much. There's other projects that dump hundreds of millions every single month. And then people wonder why they get all this great news and their favorite projects can't pump because you're getting dumped on. All right, I went to GROK and I asked GROK, I said, look, KADENA just crashed. I believe it's because of tokenomics and bad tokenomics, and it doesn't make any money. And I said, I want you to be brutally honest with me. Tell me if you agree, and tell me the projects that are popular that you think could be next. And again, guys, this is crypto. Any project can rip at any time. And the whole point of understanding all this is so hopefully when your project starts to pump, and it may do it tomorrow. I've been stacking. I'm bullish. But you will probably take profits. And then you are not at risk. Especially get your initial investment back and let it rock and roll if that's what you choose. If you need some help, we'll talk about that at the end. But here's what GROK said. KADENA's foundation is dissolving because it couldn't sustain itself financially in a tough market condition. Providing that hype alone doesn't pay the bills. When speculation fades, projects without real revenue streams collapse. Now, bad tokenomics killed KADENA. Overly generous token distribution. Projects like XLM, XRP, ALGO, and ICP share this flaw. They rely on partnerships, grants, centralized control rather than organic profit generating activities, making them vulnerable to the same slow death when the bull market ends. For XRP specifically, now guys, this is GROK. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm long XRP right now on leverage. It says Ripple's profits millions by dumping tokens on holders using their vast supply while generating negligible fees to support the ecosystem. See, Ripple makes a ton of money with their services, but about 75% of their services don't include XRP, but they make money across the board with their fees, but that has nothing to do with the XRP holders. All right, the core lesson, crypto isn't charity. Ecosystems need actual profits from transaction fees, staking, or enterprise adoption to survive. Without it, they're just Ponzi schemes waiting for the music to stop, as seen with centralized dumps in XRP or giant dependent models in Algorand and ICP. Speculation masks weakness during booms. Again, guys, anything can pump. Bad tokenomics can pump. But one thing's for sure, one guarantee we have is when the bull market's over, all these projects are going to crash, and I'll be shorting the heck out of the ones with the bad tokenomics. Okay, it says, why projects disappear? No revenue means no devs, no updates, no marketing. Community overtakes sound, noble, but rarely work without funding, leading to abandonment and delisting from exchanges. Investors ignore this at their peril. Chasing undervalued tokens with big promises but zero cash flow is gambling, not investing. Focus on the chains that print money through usage or get wrecked when the hype cycle turns. Ripple's ongoing dumps exemplifies how founders cash out while holders hold the bag. KADENA's fate is a wake-up call. Most layer ones are overbuilt solutions chasing problems that don't exist, and without a monopoly like network effects of Ethereum, they'll fade into obscurity, especially those like XLM, where utility is real, but token capture is weak. Now again, guys, this is GROK. Bottom line in crypto, profitability isn't optional, it's survival. Projects that can't monetize their tech will quit or become zombie walking and become irrelevant. No matter how innovative they claim to be, with ICP's declining rank highlighting the risk of poor tokenomics. Now, I said give me a list of who you think might come next. And I know people don't want to hear this. Don't shoot the messenger. Based on current trends, these popular projects could follow KADENA's path if they don't pivot to real revenue generation soon. They're hyped now, but often criticized for weak tokenomics, low fee capture, or reliance on subsidies, grants, rather than organic profits. The first one it named was XRP. Ripple Labs hold massive pre-mine supply and dump billions on retail holders annually, profiting from sales and enterprise services, while XRP generates under $1 million in yearly fees to feed its ecosystem. Guys, it's way under 1 million. Stellar, focus on remittance and RWAs, but token utility is limited to tiny fees. No deflation mechanism. Anyway, guys, you get it. I'm going to skip this, but it named XRP, XLM, Algorand, Internet Computer, Cardano, Polkadot, Avalanche, Near, Cosmos, Sui, which I found shocking, and I still own Sui. I still believe it's too early to tell, and I will definitely be taking profits from Sui, but I think it has great tech and it is growing fast. Aptos, horrible tokenomics, phenomenal project. Ton, Filecoin, and it mentioned Hedera. Now I want to say this about Hedera. Hedera used to be my biggest bag, and I thought that the tokenomics weren't going to matter that much. However, and the reason being was because unlike most projects that are buying jets and paying law fees and buying companies, Hedera puts their profits back into the ecosystem, and there is a lot of development. That being said, I believe Hedera might take over the world for what it does, especially like chain tracking. It is a phenomenal project. It is knee deep with Wall Street firms. However, I believe Hedera can take over the world and keep doing what it's doing, but the price does not have to be high. Now, that being said, let's dive into the tokens that I think are worth looking at. Now, guys, you're not going to make life-changing gains, but, crypto is amazing. We can make 30% in a day and no one even takes it, whereas if we put our money in the stock market or any other market that I know of and we make 30% a year, we're jumping up and down, and people are legendary traders, are financial planners. So guys, we got to stop looking at crypto as the past, because the days of just buying some token and when you don't know what you're talking about and I say that with love, and you don't know anything about anything and you just buy it and it does a 50x and you sell it and you get a Lambo, those days are gone. The big boys are here, and you need to have a strategy and hopefully understand how to short. All right. I did a video on BitGet yesterday. BitGet is, I believe, the next Binance. It's not as criminalized or manipulated like Binance, but it prints money and it has phenomenal tokenomics, and they're burning until they get down to 100 million tokens. So guys, this is a phenomenal project. Tron prints money, has the same mechanism of burning. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this project has a burn mechanism like ICP or XRP. Guys, if you are dumping more than you are burning, you are not deflationary, whether you have that mechanism or not. It has to be relevant, like with Ethereum or Hype or Tron. All right, Hype's the next one. Hype prints money, and here's some alpha, guys. The reason these projects eventually run out of gas is because, just like with Hype was leading this bull run. It prints money, and there was no competition. Now there's at least 12 DEX and more on their way. Solana, the founder of Solana, has a new DEX coming to compete with Hyperliquid. So guys, they all can't be worth billions and billions of dollars. And at the end, when the music stops, it's probably going to be the same ones that are winning right now with their dominance and their adoption and their growth. And I'm not talking about market cap. I'm talking about actual people having to buy the token, using the token, and the project is dominant in its sector. Like layer ones, there's no doubt about it. There's only really two dominant players. It is Ethereum and by far Solana. When it comes to retail, it's Solana. Wall Street is all over Solana because it can do a lot of things Ethereum can't do. But they are both powerhouses, and I find it hard to believe they are not the future. But again, the big boys are here. Here's some alpha, guys. You know, the Fed just had the first annual Crypto Payment Summit at the Fed, and no one watched it. I made a video on it and lost subscribers. How can you be in crypto and own payment tokens? They talk about payments and RWAs and tokenized assets. That's the future, guys. And all the big players, the who's who of Wall Street, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Circle, all the power players were there talking about their roadmaps. And no one don't even think that's important. I think that was one of the biggest events in this entire cycle. You can learn more in that 7 hours than you can learn in watching thousands and thousands of videos. And most people, when you watch a video, you're getting full of just lies, misinformation, and confirmation bias to keep you coming back. All right. A lot of people disagree with Pump Fund, but I think if we get an altcoin season, the degens are going to go back into Pump Fund. They burn all their profits currently, and their profits are going down, but they make immense amount of profits. So if we have an altcoin season, the degens are going to start playing the game more. Pump Fund's going to start making more money and start burning. And I believe Pump Fund is a great high-risk reward. And then, of course, there's Solana. But guys, I'm extremely bullish. And I want to give you another piece of alpha real quick. Stay with me. You know, used to, in every cycle before this, you pretty much couldn't short. And it was hard to even find a place to trade. You know, you could buy and sell maybe on Coinbase. You couldn't use leverage. The fees were immense. But in this cycle, think about this, guys. 80 to 90% of everyone in crypto right now are not buying spot. It's buying the perps. They are basically buying and selling every single day on leverage, and they're extracting profits. and you are hodling, yours going to be the exit liquidity. That being said, guys, I truly believe that shorting is the way to go. You know, this is not negative news in my opinion. The crypto is changing, the opportunity is changing, and we have to adjust. I was waiting for altcoin season so I get my 25, 50x and go buy me some Bitcoins. Well, that's not going to happen. And the people that haven't been taking profits throughout this cycle, which I've been preaching every single video, they're going to need a 5 to 8x just to get their money back probably. But guys, if you understand what we just talked about and you want to learn to short, I truly believe I have the best shorting course ever created. And it's working extremely well. And I want to build a community of people that make money. And they're making money now. And hopefully, when that bear market kicks in, these projects, just like in history, they're going to come crashing down. And the people that understand how to short are going to do well. And I put together a shorting course. It has 13 videos, walks you through everything you need to understand my strategy. And guys, we don't short the breakdowns. We short the pumps, the all-time highs, the FOMO. Now, that strategy will change in the bear. But anyway, guys, you get the course. You get a Zoom call where we clarify everything so you won't have any questions and you'll have a full understanding. And you get 5 months of my inner circle. And all of that for just $250. Guys, my inner circle costs more than that for the 5 months. It's a great value, and I truly believe it will help everyone be successful. And even if you don't want to short, learn to hedge so that when these markets crash, you're making money to offset your hodl. Anyway, I also have a portfolio course where it has 18 videos. It comes with a Zoom call where we break down and talk about your portfolio, and it comes with my inner circle as well, and it's only $250. So guys, that is the best I can do to help people to justify my time. And I really believe if you don't have a game plan, especially one to take profits, you're going to become the prophets. And the people learning that know how to short are going to do tremendously well. So reach out. I'll leave an email in my comment section and in my description. And guys, you can also just join the inner circle. Now, that being said, guys, do yourself a favor, whether you take me up on any of that or not. Do some real research. I beg you to go to the Fed crypto payments meeting. It will change everything you think about crypto. And it will give you the information of who really is the competition. Because Wall Street, the banks, and the governments are all rolling out their tech, and it's just tech. They have all the customers. They have ledgers. They have huge game plans, and they've just been waiting for regulation to catch up, and you will learn an immense amount. And no matter what happens, guys, they are going to flip the switch, but what they all said, that is no time soon. And when that switch is flipped, the same players on Wall Street, the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs, Visa, Stripe is killing it. Circle is making a lot of protocols and a lot of ledgers and a lot of bridge tokens obsolete. They are taking over the world. They have a layer 1 blockchain coming out. It's free. Free, guys. It's faster than almost everything out there. It has instant payments. You don't need a bridge token. It has full liquidity. And unfortunately, no token to buy. That's the future. And again, guys, the reason I harp on that is if you hold these projects, you're going to end up just like in 2000 .com bust. For older people like me, we've seen it before. All those companies just disappeared. People lost their life savings and went from, rags to riches back to rags. But we did get Amazon, we got Microsoft, we got Apple, and we got some of the power players. But guys, this is just software and code, and it's all open source. Wall Street, banks don't need our help, and they made it extremely clear at that Fed meeting. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, and hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Subscribe and be part of this community. Again, guys, I'm extremely bullish, and I just want you to be successful. All right, guys, take care.